Hey, soul survivors, we're going to talk about sibling dynamics and does that cause emotional trauma? Sometimes parents either don't know how to handle the situation or they're oblivious to it, that they're not really paying attention, they're not involved enough. But as far as the dynamics between siblings, it can have an impact on somebody's emotional well-being and can potentially cause emotional trauma. Siblings share a unique bond that can both be rewarding and challenging. So there are some siblings that will be supportive and can help you get through the hard times, or even if you come from a large family, there might be certain siblings that help you and certain ones that cause trauma. So sibling rivalry, competition between siblings is natural and can foster healthy development. However, when rivalry becomes excessive or turns into constant conflict, it can lead to emotional trauma. Persistent comparison, jealousy, and feelings of inadequacy can negatively impact a person's self-esteem and their self-worth. Bullying and aggression. Siblings may engage in bullying or aggressive behaviors towards each other, such as physical violence, verbal abuse, emotional manipulation, and these actions can create a hostile and also an unsafe environment, and this can cause emotional trauma for the victim. Favoritism, when parents show favoritism towards one sibling over another, it can generate intense feelings of rejection, resentment, low self-esteem within the less favored child. And this imbalance of parental attention and affection can lead to long-lasting emotional trauma and strained sibling relationships. Siblings who experience neglect or indifference from one another may feel a lack of emotional connection and support. And this can result in feelings of loneliness, isolation, emotional abandonment, contributing to emotional trauma. In some families, siblings may be forced into taking on parental responsibilities due to dysfunctional family dynamics, such as parental substance abuse, mental illness, or neglect. Assuming these roles prematurely can cause emotional trauma as a child misses out on their own developmental needs and experiences. We all have certain steps that we have to go through, and when we skip them, can cause a terrible outcome for us. So siblings who consistently dismiss or minimize each other's emotions can create an environment where emotional needs are ignored or invalidated. This can lead to a lack of emotional understanding, difficulty expressing emotions, and feelings of being unheard or unseen. And when that continues, it can eventually cause emotional trauma. There's also siblings that can exclude or isolate one another intentionally or sometimes even unintentionally from social interactions or family activities. Being left out repeatedly can lead to feelings of rejection and also loneliness, social anxiety. And siblings may engage in persistent name calling, belittling, gaslighting, other forms of psychological abuse. Verbal and psychological aggression can be deeply damaging, eroding self-esteem, creating a sense of powerlessness, and contributing to long-lasting emotional trauma. Siblings that involve frequent invasion of personal space, privacy, or possessions can be traumatic emotionally. When these boundaries are repeatedly crossed, individuals may feel violated, disrespected, unable to establish a sense of autonomy and personal identity. Unresolved conflicts from childhood can linger into adulthood and continue to impact these sibling relationships. These unresolved issues can cause ongoing emotional stress, distress, as individuals may carry resentment, anger, or unresolved trauma related to the past. And parental behaviors and attitudes towards siblings can influence their dynamics and potentially contribute to more emotional trauma. So as an example, if parents consistently take the sides or fail to address conflicts between siblings, it can exacerbate emotional distress and reinforce negative patterns of interaction. Sibling dynamics can reinforce negative self-perceptions, self-critical beliefs. Siblings who consistently criticize, demean, or undermine each other can contribute to the development of negative self-image and beliefs, leading to emotional trauma and difficulties in forming healthy relationships outside the family. So it is important to remember that, sometimes we go through stages too, but if you grew up in a household, there are narcissistic parents, or there's parents that overcompensate, that an unstable home usually has unstable children a lot of times. And we rely on our parents to guide us, to keep us safe. And a lot of us have come from unsafe environments, which has affected us in our future relationships and how we deal with them. So understanding ourselves, where we came from, what our self-esteem is at, and realizing our own self-worth can help us heal. And once we're healed, it can help us see red flags. It can help us establish boundaries and have a better relationship with the people we're supposed to. Please like and subscribe, share if this will help somebody, and I'll see you soon.